Pammy. Today's episode of the Flycast is brought to you by Corduroys. Today we have a special guest. I don't even know if he's aware that the cameras are rolling and it's his time to join us here and sit down. But Pamaj is joining us today. Yes. What's up, man? You look a little sleepy. Got your coffee. I won't expose the time, but you made it here, man. What about yesterday?
You gonna tell them about yesterday?
Oh, yesterday I did bail on the podcast. I mean, I have a reason why, because I was supposed to do something this morning, so I was just gonna come in this morning and then do the podcast. But I've said it before, but on content days, I take anxiety medication. So I didn't want to take it yesterday and then also take it today for this morning for another thing I was going to do. So I wanted to save both things for the same day to take my anxiety medication. Mental health, Pam, mental health.
I grew up around that.
So speaking of mental health, first off, welcome to the Flycast. Sorry, Hitch didn't care enough to join.
It's all right. I'm used to it.
Speaking of mental, why you seem like you're in a bad mood right now?
Because I am.
Why?
I just am, dude.
Why?
Like, y'all are used to me a certain way, so it's like I can't be in a bad mood.
Okay, that's fair. And I actually like this. Well, I was gonna say, well, I'm not gonna get the answer that I wanted, but. Speaking of mental health, how are you doing these days?
Way better than I was.
Yeah,
it was bad before.
Well, we'll get into what you were in before, but what about recently has made you happier, I guess? What change in your life was needed that where you're like, okay, this is better?
Being in control of change. Being in control of change has really done that. Just being able to, if just sitting around waiting for other people to do or waiting for that opportunity for whatever that is, just being kind of fed up with that. Basically not waiting for other people to, change my life, kind of just because I can feel a little bit hopeless if eventually it just doesn't happen.
Which is kind of where you feel like you were in.
Oh, there's just, you can't see you can't see, the Elite Four. You can't see the end game. Like you can't see that far. Like it was getting to that point. I was telling Hector this. Like when I was just stuck in Canada in my office, and it got to a point where I was literally like, man, I don't know where I want to live. I don't know where I can live. I don't know what I want to do. Do I see myself doing this still? Did I let people down? Did I let myself down? Did I try hard enough? It got to that point, and that was feeling pretty helpless.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that. I would say us over here, we're kind of feeling that as well. But I mean, I feel like and I'm talking me, Bose, Pitch, even Flame Sword. Now he's doing his own thing, but it got to a point where we all what are we fucking doing?
Really?
Yeah, it was I don't know, we're in this content world, but we're not really, there's no more team house or anything, and it's just what the fuck are we gonna do? Is this something we want to do? But I think we had each other to fall back on, and sort of figure it out and be all right, let's fucking and then it got to a point where I think in 2021 we were all right, let's we have OpTic back now. Let's step this shit up. And we all started I guess sort of trying again. But I think for a while we had each other's backs and we had those talks. But I mean, for you is probably you were just over there by yourself in Canada
For a little bit,
on
I was
FaZe, and it
at
was just
the,
like in your office all day, every day.
I mean, I was in the Toronto FaZe house for a little bit.
Who was in that house?
It was like for a bit, it was me, Jailmock, Nikon. Nikon eventually just, I could tell Nikon didn't even want to be there. He had a room, but he didn't want to be there. Jailmock, he was a Fortnite pro. We did some cool stuff with the Maple Leafs there, but then he eventually kind of just stopped living there. Agony, the Agony twins were there.
Those guys like cool. Them.
And Replays, who's
god damn,
and that house, it just kind of like, I'm not ever gonna. People have always tried to like compare houses. Like people have always been like, "Yo, which house did you like better?" or whatever. I'm not doing that. Like that's just corny.
Well, I mean, it's obvious.
I mean, it's obvious, but it's also just kind of corny. I enjoyed my time at both houses.
Yeah,
and I think Replays was a guy that I enjoyed being around, especially because he made me feel like I had to check my own grind sometimes. Because that dude did not leave his room ever for 2 months straight. Like, and he's still going at it every single day, uploading content and all that. Like he was a trick shotter. He was a Call of Duty trick shotter, and then he was doing the Fortnite thing, and he's nasty at Fortnite. Like, and now, dude, like him and my buddy Thieves, like they're like a duo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think
saw Thieves is killing it now.
Dude,
like Thieves used to like come into my stream, be like, "Yo, maniac." I'm like, "Yo, I like kind of know of you, but it's like enough to where like I'm gonna acknowledge you, and like I see you like on the come up."
Oh yeah, no, he's
and like now he's fucking
crushing it. He's family friendly now and everything too.
Really?
Like the whole family friendly thing has gone well for him. Like he was a part of my little squad, like the grind squad back then. Like when I was in the OpTic, he was part of that. And like we were always just like playing games together and shit like that, and kind of just shit happened, drama behind the scenes, whatever. And then everyone kind of just went their own ways, did their own thing, and then now he's doing. I'm glad he found his own wave, and I'm glad he found his own road to do his own thing.
In Fortnite too, he was like third most watched streamers. I saw like Ninja under him and shit.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I kind of wish I would have. You never got into Fortnite that much, did you? I kind of wish I'd like. Dude, it's just I was such a crackhead that like I was so antisocial. Like I didn't even really want to play with people. I just wanted to fucking grind, whether it was a little bit I would play like 16 hours on stream, and then I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to bed. But then I would just play like 16 more hours, and I was just like such a crackhead. Like I just did not. When I was like getting decent viewers, I'd have like 1,500 viewers sometimes. Like I would sign on, it's just like 600 to 800 viewers, and it was a fun time. But like once I turned that stream off, I was fucking miserable and just like depressed.
Did you ever check how many hours you had on that game?
I know in season 4 I was like top. I don't understand how anyone had more games played than me, but I know I was top 2 games played in like season 4, and that was Fortnite's most popular time.
Like peak Fortnite. That's crazy.
Like season 3, season 4, I had the most games played.
Dude, that was like
because it was not like I would sleep. It'd be like play for 24, 48 hours, sleep for 8 to 16, maybe, then get back on and do the same thing, and I'm just queuing. Die instantly,
just running it back,
just run it back non-fucking stop, man. I am kind of pissed. Like I just never took advantage of so many situations or so many opportunities in like my career because I was just like I was just out of my mind. But
you're never so inside your head, man.
Yeah, you never really like grinded Fortnite like that though, right?
I disagree. I looked at my Fortnite time and I had like 96 days played.
When was that? Or like what?
Peak Fortnite, like when I was living like where Hitch lives now. Hitch has my own spot.
Really?
Yeah, like just like where Hitch is gonna put his setup now after the hex quarters is gone. That's where my setup was.
Yeah, I guess that's where I was fucking grinding Fortnite too.
But like that
just
was
like we're both just grinding it silently, just fucking
grinding silently.
Were you playing controller or mouse and key?
I was playing mouse and keyboard. I just wanted to learn something new.
Yeah,
because I had been playing controller the whole time, and like honestly, like my hands were starting to like kind of just hurt
a
little bit more and more. But like I was playing mouse and keyboard that whole time, and I was catching a groove. I was like catching a groove with the building and all that. I don't think I would be too terrible if I just play the no build. I see the no build kind of popping off.
The building just got crazy.
Oh, the no build is
once creative came out and people could practice the building, it's just like, dude, this is fucking stupid.
I'm not gonna sit here and say they're glorified 1v1s, but like it is kind of a hyperbolic, the whole creative thing.
Yeah.
which is like people have gotten like insanely nasty at it.
I didn't even think it'd be possible
To a point where I don't even know like what like
I can't see what's going on.
no, I don't even know like what crazy shit they're doing.
Yeah.
Like they're like, yo, did you see that kill? I'm just like, all right, you built a shit ton of times and you one tapped him in the head. That's crazy. But then they're like making montages out of it. I'm just like, I like to mess with them sometimes. I'm just like, nice 1-kill montage, dude. Like nasty 1-kill montage, syncing it up and shit. Yeah,
like no quad, no nothing. Like it is crazy what they've done to that game. So you are doing better now. Have you enjoyed so far so good with the move?
The drive was dog shit.
Yeah.
The drive was dog shit, but I'm glad I did it. When I moved out, I actually had my mom fly all the way over here, and I Ubered her to my place, and we just moved as much stuff as we possibly could into my car.
Why'd you choose Frisco and not? Or sorry, you can finish.
It was just easier. No, I mean, it was just easier because I wanted a roommate. I asked Bose if he wanted to move in, but then he was like, nah. I was like, man, we can get like a nasty spot though and save like a lot of money.
Yeah, you can.
He was like, Mark does his own thing. I respect it. But my buddy that I live with, a guy called Mind of Reggie, or Reggie, does stuff with like OTF and all that. It's kind of funny, like kind of like being associated like with somebody from. Who kind of works behind the scenes with OTF, just kind of like from living in Chicago and just like being
friends
introduced.
With Bose, dirt,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like still in the same
like a small
realm.
Fucking world.
Little coincidences
and now you
like
live
that.
with the motherfucker that like works with him.
You know, like when Ace says like the synchronicities and all that shit, like that's real. Like that's very real, and that's part of it. Yeah. I genuinely believe that. But so I decided to move in with him. He's a video editor, and I'm. After all these years of kind of just being by myself in my office, like I really, really just wanted to be. It was 1, he was open to it. We had already talked about it. 2, we'd save money on rent and everything. 3, being around someone like that is good energy for me. Like being around somebody who edits all the time and who can creatively think differently, and he's really good at the short form shit. And that's what the big difference between now and the Scuff House is, the short form shit.
Yeah,
like
that didn't exist back then, right?
Not at all. On Vine, it was like all Vine.
Yeah,
damn. But yeah, dude. Like I think.
And now you're here.
And now I'm here, and 1 month sober from weed.
Nice.
I went kind of crazy.
You were a pothead?
Like, huh?
Well, your mom fucking like grows this shit, don't she?
Yes. Well, she has a cafe / dispensary on a certain part of land, and so she's allowed to, maneuver her way through the industry.
Is she like an advocate for it? Like, does it help her? Or you don't have to answer that.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. And I thoroughly trust my mom too, especially because she's done everything. Like she's been a mental health worker for 20 years. So I grew up around that all my life, like to always kind of keep myself in check and always like take care of myself.
Being a mental health worker must be mentally healthily. You gotta fucking work on yourself.
Yes.
While doing a job like that.
Yes. She's had moments where,
she's lost her shit.
As someone who's helping other people, someone like they need to recognize like all the stuff that they have to listen to as well. Yeah. And to look after them herself. But she's been that. She's been a police officer.
Damn.
She's done it all. She's been like a part-time kind of like teacher on the side, like for after school shit. Like, she's done it all. And now she has her own cafe / dispensary.
Does she like it? It's like
she loves it.
Her own little life, her little cafe. It's so cute.
She crushes it, man. She's gotten like awards for her subs,
nice.
Like for best in the area, like in her first year. And then COVID happened. After she was crushing it for 2 years, and we had to shut it down because there was just crazy like health things that you have to look about.
AKA the common cold.
Yeah, the common cold. Like you had to be super OD about the masks and the cleaning.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
The government had us covering our mouths. I mean, this is when the comment section will ignore the whole podcast and only talk about like COVID and shit. Yeah. But it's like they had us covering our mouths for practically like the common fucking cold.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it's like flu season. People get sick. People fucking die. Also, I'm not an expert, so let me stop talking about it. But COVID was crazy.
COVID
and
was
having
crazy,
to shut
man.
shit down is fucking sucks.
The whole shutdown, man. Like I was having to wear a mask like in the drive-through, like tiny little things like that, man. Like we're not gonna talk about like the whole situation of it. It already happened. And the fact that we lived a certain way, like for how many years? 3 or 4 years? Crazy. So when I was in that office, like I was like, okay, this is justified. I'm gonna just Gaming was somehow at its peak again when everyone was forced to say.
Oh, well, yeah.
Since peak COVID, you know what I mean? Like gaming just went crazier because of this.
So
you know.
what was your game of choice?
It's just Warzone, man. Warzone.
Crazy amount of hours.
Insane amount of hours, man. Like what else was I supposed to do? Like I wasn't even like talking to my friends back home, to be honest with you. Like very rarely, because they were going through COVID like without the streaming stuff. Like I'm the only streamer like that in my town. I'm the only.
For me, COVID was like, I was like, fuck yeah. I was cooped up in my apartment with hella fucking Adderall, and I was just playing Halo 3. It just fucking grinding. Like there was a time I downloaded. You can play Pokemon. It was like Pokemon Red. You could just like download it and play it online. And it's just like, I forget what it was called. But like I was playing that shit.
Really?
I was playing Halo 3 just non-stop. Like
what else were you supposed to do, man?
I didn't have anything to do, and I was on the Mutineers at the time. It's just like their Call of Duty as their substitute player.
Oh,
which is just like, honestly, people say like, why the fuck would Maniac be a substitute player? But it's like, why are any of them a fucking substitute player? They're never gonna use a substitute player. And the players, they even said to me, they were like, no one's gonna use a substitute player because the people they would like, say someone breaks their hand and they actually do have to get someone, they are allowed to pick up a top challengers player, which are better than these substitutes that are just willing to sit there.
Can I tell you something?
What?
So you were on Florida Mutineers for how long?
Joined.
You were there for like at least a year.
Yeah.
Dude,
like
did you have your own sticker?
What do you mean?
Like, because they had Florida Mutineers had their own COD stickers and shit like that, and like signatures. I guess not.
Like, did I have? Yeah,
no, I guess
not.
you didn't.
Nah.
Man, so that's so funny you say that. So that was like, I remember just like, it was like when franchising started, like just first started getting out. And then I saw like Toronto Ultra like tweet out, like this was when I was like still in FaZe and all that. Like I don't even think Hector even had OpTic back. But like I saw Toronto Ultra tweet out like accepting resumes for whatever. And I'm just like just kind of bored. So I'm like, what does my resume look like? So I type up my resume. I'm like, all right, this is kind of hard. Like I don't have like any diplomas, anything that looks fancy like that. What if I just like get down to it and list off everything I've done in gaming? So I just type it all down, you know, like 3 million subscribers, over 2,700 videos, know how to time manage.
It's probably like, motherfucker, you could have DM'd us.
FaZe, like the teams I've been a part of from like the long stretches and all that, how I got into it, like just a resume of gaming, right? And I remember it started because I was at the bar, just like, you know how bored I got to be to just be at the bar by myself at lunchtime drinking. Like, dude. So like,
Bose
I was
has been there. I know that.
Oh yeah, I've seen the stories. You get there sometimes, you know. What are you supposed to do? But so I just like type out this resume after a few brewskis, and then I totally forget about it. And then my agent hits me up like a few weeks later. He's like, "Yo, did you like apply for like some sort of job position, like Toronto Ultra?" I'm like, "Nah, what do you mean?" He's like, "I have Toronto Ultra asking, and they're like ready to let you be the head coach." I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, like they're ready to just. So imagine this. Imagine I'm just head coach of Zinni.
That's funny.
And like, I know, and I've heard stories about like the head coach shit, like in this franchising stuff, like it's like they treat it as very much like basketball, like how the head coach gets like to be like, yeah, we should pick him up. We should bench him. Like they have insane amount of power. That's just what I've heard.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's like that either. I've just heard some shit. So it was kind of fun.
I think the coaches are just glad to be here.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so. I would have just been glad to be there too.
I think Rambo was almost like that. I don't think Rambo was like that, but I think Rambo was very much involved with like they get done with a scrim and Rambo's like, what the fuck? Like, why we keep making these same mistakes? Like, why the fuck are we? And he's like kind of on their shit like that. I heard Dashy saying like he would always bring up hindsight stuff where it's like, yeah, of course we should have done it now. Like looking back after we fucking like lost them. So I think Rambo was kind of more involved and maybe how a coach should be. But apparently the COD, the OpTic bougie players, they don't want to hear nothing from in their heads. They're like, we're the players. You tell us where they go off spawn and shut up. That's what I'm assuming they're fucking saying about a coach. I'm not saying that's what fucking happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but like,
to me, the OpTic players are probably a little bougie. And even for me, when I was a Halo Pro player, I didn't want my coach to say shit. Like, just get the time the power ups. Like, it's hard to. I would say it's just like hard to understand the game and what's happening in the flow of the game unless you're in the game playing, like working with your teammates. Like if you're sitting there watching, it's just like you're not necessarily in the same flow as the players. But I think that's changing a little bit. I bet Lunchbox is an amazing coach for our OpTic Halo team. I bet Elamite's an amazing coach for SSG. There is definitely stuff coaches can bring to the table. Those are like the
two top teams, right? SSG
and FaZe, and FaZe's coach is good. Like I think it's you got to find the balance with your team. Coaching is definitely not useless, but there's definitely a balance and like a chemistry that must be there with the team. So you were gonna be the Toronto Ultra coach?
Yeah, I would have had to leave FaZe then though.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So this was 2020.
Whenever franchising started, like.
Yeah, I guess no, 2019.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
whenever Zinni was on it.
But they were like, you got to leave FaZe, and
they were ready to.
I mean, didn't you fucking figure that anyway?
Huh?
You were just sitting there. You filled it out just like being bored, but like you had to know like, well, they're gonna.
I didn't think I was actually gonna get like a message back. To be honest with you, like
you're just that fucking bored.
And I was just COVID. Pretty naive about it as well. Like,
so you didn't want to. You get the offer, you're just like, nah, I can't.
I was just like, I didn't even like really expect to get it. It did feel good though. You know what I mean? Like it always feel good to get like an opportunity like that sent your way to, I did get like a nice little morale boost out of it. I'm like, okay, I'm capable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If
like,
shit hits the fucking fan, maybe there's hope in other areas.
Yeah. And maybe I wouldn't have been like, maybe I would have showed up there. Because what was kind of like tantalizing about it was like the whole living space and the benefits that they get. Like
what, it was good?
I mean, like the just like all the health benefits, like other like side stuff like that are, you think like a gamer in an organization like should have, like looking after your hands, tiny stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, if I probably would have ended up showing up, and then I would have probably been like, yeah, you could probably find someone else, but I could help in other aspects. Like, could probably pick somebody else up, and I could definitely help with content and like officiating and like and like leading and like
but in your head were you at a point yet with FaZe that you were like, maybe I should just fucking leave this shit? No. Like, what are we even doing?
No, because like this is before Hector even got it back, and like obviously like dude, like what did you do when Hector told you he got it back?
I was on the Mutineers.
You were on the Mutineers?
Yeah.
Wait, did he hit you up though? He was like, I got it back.
I mean, I don't think he like directly. Wait, when was it? So I was on the Mutineers, and then I think more so if it's like Hitch sort of like telling me, and then I see like Hitch and Scump and Bose at the Hex quarters, and I'm not there. I'm in Addison, which is, I don't know if you know where. I'm in Addison, which is like 10 minutes north from here, and they're all still in Frisco, but I like kind of moved away a little bit. I was like 25 minutes away, just like doing my own thing, and I slowly start seeing like some tweets of them like, but it was also 2020 to where COVID and shit was happening. But I saw them get back together a little bit, and they weren't really making like content or anything. But then I saw like the Huntsman team was formed, but but I was on the Mutineers, and I was honestly fine with the Mutineers because I was. I think I was technically making more just as a substitute over there than what I was at like the end of like my Immortals OpTic contract. So I don't know. I took what I had, or was just riding with what I
did what you had to do, man.
Doing what I had to do, and just riding with Mutineers. And then COVID hit, and there's pretty much nothing to do, no events or anything. So the only thing I was doing for Mutineers was like I'd go to an event, or maybe like fly somewhere else, get pictures, do some Warzone online events with some of their players and stuff like that. And that's about like the only thing I do. And then like some of my fan base, like I got like my BTH fans were like kind of rooting for Mutineers at that point, and it was almost like, I don't know. I helped as much as I kind of maybe could.
You helped a lot more than probably other people did on their other orgs.
Then other substitutes for other teams. It's like they didn't have like a little fan base or like a, like. So I think it was like a smart decision by them, like knowing they're not going to use their substitute. Fuck it, Maniac gets some sort of little amount of views. We could at least just fucking use him for that. And people started paying attention to the Mutineers, I think, a little bit more. And then I think like Frosty joined the team, which Halo guy, which was pretty cool.
Heavy when Frosty was a part of that.
But then I saw OpTic start slowly forming together. I think but COVID happened, so they would come in and just maybe do like 1 or 2 videos every like few weeks. I feel like they really weren't making any content at all, but I saw that happening. And I really didn't think anything of it because how OpTic sort of ended was like a little sour of a taste in my mouth. Like it went from hex selling OpTic to now it's Infinite OpTic, and then that was shit, and then Infinite to Immortals, and like I don't want to say that was shit, but it was just like, dude, this is just not OpTic. It's just weird. And then that disappeared, and it's like now I have nothing. Like it was just I gave OpTic 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and now Immortals doesn't want anything to do with us.
Crazy.
Hex is gone, and now I have nothing. So it's like this whole OpTic shit was like for fucking nothing, and it was just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. So I just joined Mutineers, and I thought that was just gonna be like I'll join Mutineers. Maybe in a year or two, I'll move down there and start like working internally with them, or maybe work if they fucking do something with like a Halo team, or like I kind of thought I was just gonna stick it out with them and figure it out from there. But I mean, in 2020, I was in my crackhead era, but it was COVID. So it's like Mutineers weren't hit me up to really do shit. I do some Warzone event every now and then. But besides that, it was just like straight back to Halo 3. I think I saw OpTic do a few videos together. I really didn't. They like asked me like, yo, you want to come in and do a video? But I was like so cracked out. I was like, no, I don't want to leave my apartment to go get my DoorDash, let alone come be on fucking camera. So after like a month or so of them trying to get me on, I was like, sure, I'll come do this pre-show. I don't even know what it is. I haven't kept up with any of y'all's content or anything. And then that's when you seen the clip on the pre-show where they like tell me that they bought me out from Mutineers. And I was like crying and shit because, I mean, for one, I was probably cracked out for days before that. I'm like mentally unstable. But it was just like, it was just like, damn, like OpTic's back. In my head, I think it was just like, damn, I think like OpTic's back now. My like unknowing future sort of became like foreseeable again of like, okay, we're going to start doing this shit again. It's going to be fun. And I have like a home now, I guess you could say. So it just like it felt good. It was sad, but I was also like sad that like I was at where I was at in my life as far as just like doing the amount of drugs that I was, and it was just like I felt so skinny and gross on camera, and I like didn't really want to come back and start doing content because I just felt I was so like mentally off. But yeah, I joined again, and then I just continued taking my Adderall, but it was COVID, so it's like they weren't on me for like, hey, we got content this week, 3 days this week, 3 days next. It was like maybe I have to come in once every like 2 or 3 weeks or something. And then they kind of just got the point where it's like something's fucking wrong with Maniac. Like he does not want to come in. He's on Steam 24/7 playing. They already knew I took fucking hella Adderall, so it's just like, dude, we gotta like. We're not producing. I don't think they were pumping out that much content, but they were like, let's figure fucking something out with Maniac. Get him fucking right. And then, yeah, went to rehab, came back, and then now it's pretty much been OpTic since. I don't know what the point or what the original question was or where I was going with it. I was about to just start explaining my whole fucking OpTic history.
No, man, like I actually haven't heard. I actually haven't heard like all of that. Like I'm kind of just like getting my memories back. Like,
bro, 2020 was
a lot of.
Bro,
it's
I had, and I'm sure you weren't like this, but it's like. I had moments where I was on, like I would stay up for 70 to like 100 hours at a time, then like sleep 8 to 16 hours, and then just repeat. And this was for 9 months straight. And it got to the point at the end, like my hands hurt. I'd play a game of Halo 3. After the game, I'd start up another, but go put my hands in ice water, then come back. I had like flies flying in my fucking living room from I don't fucking know what still to this day. Well, I do kind of know what. I had fucking a dumpster of trash just here. Haven't showered in like 2 days. I'm skinny as fuck. Like, once I start crashing, like, I just lay on the floor and I cry and I throw my pillows. I throw tantrums. I really felt like I was going crazy. Like, actual psychotic. Like, some shit you, like, see in the movies of, like shit like that I was literally doing in my apartment. Like I just had the fucking most weirdest energy and like psychotic fucking shit happening in my head, and I just
you weren't allowed
thought
to
I
leave.
was fucking losing it.
According to the world, you weren't allowed to leave either.
I mean, it wasn't. I didn't want to leave either because I was fucking scared. Like Adderall brought like the amount I was taking brought an entirely new set of like paranoia, and like I'm getting texts from Hex like, yo, can you do this video? Or like, Paige, yo, can you do this? And I'm ignoring it for 2 days. And then they text me again and it's like, that spikes anxiety. And I order DoorDash every single meal, but I'm even hardly eating. But it's like, I'm afraid to just go outside or be stuck in the elevator with someone. And I just have this complete fucking paranoia and this was at the lowest of low and just like crying every single night and like in the fetal position on my floor, and my apartment's fucking disgusting. My hands hurt beyond fucking belief because I've played so much. Like that's how my 2020 went. And it was just a fucking, I don't know. It was a crazy experience, and I was just like cooped up. So I know the feeling of being just like cooped up by yourself, and it's not a good time. And
so we're talking about, but like
yeah,
from my experience, from like when I left, I don't know what the vibes were like. When I left, obviously y'all kept rolling, y'all kept going.
We kind of looked at it like Pam left at the right time, because it was just like no one enjoyed anything ever, and I was even a crackhead then too. I
was like really pissed off about the Sprat thing too.
Yeah, it's fucking
like, that's
ridiculous.
My guy, and like just pump faked him with the fucking visa, and they just said, like, I remember like Reed. I remember just getting so mad at the guy. That guy took the heat from all of us. Like he was kind of like, there was a little bit of a time where we were just like, fuck Reed type shit. But like,
I remember we
kind of directed a lot of it at him, a little unnecessary,
but
no
fucking reason either. Like, what's he gonna do?
Exactly.
Like, he did
he
whatever he
job.
could, but he was just the face.
Yeah. So so like on my drive back from when I flew my mom here to just help me pack up all my stuff, and just did the 24+ hour drive. We didn't even stop anywhere.
What was your like plan?
Well, I already knew I was doing.
You're like, I'm leaving this fucking shit, and
I was just leaving. I don't know where this is going. The guy who I originally joined, like Hector's shit, he's sitting there. He doesn't even have anything to say about it all. He's kind of just in the same spot as kind of like all of us. They're not even like really listening to him. They're kind of just like doing it, like their own thing with it. I'm talking about Infinite, right? So like there's a little bit before the border in Niagara, I uploaded my video saying I left, and a couple of days later, I finally got to the Toronto house, and then I joined then, and you know, it felt good because it was like, all right, I'm making moves. I made a decision, and I'm not letting other people kind of dictate that. I feel in control, and for a while that was when Black Ops 4 was out. I think it was 1 year before the franchising started, right? Because after Black Ops 4, it was franchising. I'm 99% sure it was. So Black Ops 4 was a great game. Came out, crushing it. Actually got one of my buddies to like move in, and like he was like kind of just helping me like get fit and all that. Like I was just on point with like all the videos and all that. And I didn't know that the Toronto Uprising. So we were moving into another team house that was already owned by another team, and it was the Toronto Uprising. So that's the NBA 2K Raptors team. So there, we moved in, and I had no idea. I thought we were there for like the whole year or something like that. And then out of nowhere, we get hit with the curveball, saying we have to move out like next month. So I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I just had one of my real life friends like move out here, and now we're kind of just out. Like we have to move out and shit like that. So that was just like really shitty. And then for a long time, I was just hearing, yeah, we're going to get another team house. We're working with Bell or some shit like that. We're working with, you know, people in Toronto. They want a FaZe house in Toronto. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'll just wait out for that. Just kept nonstop hearing that. This is before Modern Warfare 2019 was even out. So that was like 2018. So I just kept nonstop hearing that. I get flown out to play Modern Warfare 2019. And this is in San Francisco, so I'm like, man, fuck this. So I'm gonna get onto like the music shit that kind of just happened while doing this. So like, while I was in San Francisco, I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to go back home, because as soon as I get back home, I'm gonna wish I was out in here in LA, like doing something, like I'm gonna wish that I wasn't just stuck in Perry Sound, just waiting for the next thing to happen. I need to do something. So I decided to just miss my flight. I called my mom. I was like, hey, I'll see you when I see you. I'm going to live out my suitcase. I'm just going to couch surf in LA. So I like slept at the Cloud House. I had a couple buddies.
Really?
You know, yeah.
Wait,
slept
like Banks, Summer Rae, Rice Gum and shit?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Like I really
fuck?
I didn't have a plan. I was just like, yo, I'm just going to like live out my suitcase. I did all my work on my phone. The FaZe offices were there at the time, and I kind of just like barely went there just to do like some merch drops and shit like that. But I just, and you know Steve, you know the guy from
I remember hearing you like lived with him or some shit.
Yeah, so I dead ass lived there with him. I paid like for like a month's rent, and then I kind of just lingered around them because like they're music producers, and they've done music all the time, and I just wanted to be near it because I hadn't ever had the influence of just being in the studio.
Yeah.
And just like I just wanted to learn. I wanted to learn something. I wanted to feel like I can do something else other than gaming. You know what I mean? It could feel like gaming is a beautiful thing. I love gaming to death, but it's just, some people can be out there in the world to tell you that you can't do something else, and I just really wanted to prove myself wrong, like prove them wrong with that, and to feel like I can do something else.
Yeah.
Even if that includes you. Like with the beats shit and all that. I know like y'all like to fuck with me on the beats and all that. I get it. It's whatever. But I do genuinely enjoy it.
Obviously anyone who starts sucks. And I go back and listen to my shit. I'm like, I was fucking trash. But like, you definitely picked it up. You're like, yo, how do I do this? This is what I download. This is what help me out real quick. Like, how do you? Now, like, I might have gave you a few tips, but you fucking, I don't know if you were on like YouTube tutorials and whatnot, but you sat there in your room and grinded that out till like you were full on making just like whole ass, I don't want to say whole ass songs, but like you figured out how to piece fucking music together.
Like I know what I'm doing on the program now. Like when I look at that program, I don't get intimidated or ask myself, how do I do that?
And you went for it.
I did.
All the way.
So the cool thing is, when I went to LA, I randomly went to like some random house party, and I at this house party, I met two people from my past actually. Like one of them was a part of a different band. He's from the Always, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing here? This is crazy." And then I met two other guys that they just seemed like cool people, and I told them like what I was there for, and just to be around the music more, and just kind of like, just get more influence like that, right? And then they invite me back to their place, and we're just like hanging out drinking, literally just from a random house party. And then a few days later, they're like, "Yeah, we knew who you were this entire time. Like, we're big fans of you, Pamaj." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
That's
it's a good thing you just held back, because honestly, like, whenever somebody comes up to you and they're just like immediately fanning or whatever, you kind of distance yourself immediately and you block it off.
Well, it's like you engage in the conversation, but it's like once that conversation's over, you're like, you kind of look at them. It's just like, okay,
I can't.
It's like, it's almost like it's not even going to be genuine now, because it's like they are just a fan of what I do. And it's
so like they let me stay at their place too. So this is part of the couch surfing part. And one of them, his name's Kalen. And the other guy's name is Julian. And Kalen was a country songwriter at the time. So like he was a country songwriter at the time, and he making completely different music than what he is now. Let me just be around him. I remember just setting up like just couch pillows on his floor, and then he let me be on his PlayStation 4. He had his monitor there, and I would just play BO4 on his account and on my account and shit like that. Just like every day, kind of just watch him make music and stuff like that, and just kind of just be around him and just like ask questions about the industry and all that, and like how things work, and like the reality of things, because a lot of shit in the music can, to my understanding, can be a really, really just misinterpreted, and it's just really not how it really seems, and how like dickish some people can be when it comes to certain things. So anyway, so I met those guys, and I was there till August, and then I was like, all right, it's time to go home. And then after that, I just made so much beats, like in between COD lobbies and all that. Like I was like, all right, I want to just make beats now, because I didn't even have a laptop there. So then COVID happened. I'm just sitting there grinding beats, and just like kind of figuring it all out by myself. And COVID happens.
Make sure you're talking to the mic.
Oh yeah. COVID happens. I get a random DM from one of them. He's like, "Yo, are you still keeping up with like the beats and all that?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, of course." He's like, "I got a homie. His name's T-."
So fucking crazy.
I got a homie named T-. He says he wants to like link up and like play games and all that. And we told him like you're into the music, and he was like, he's down to show you shit. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Now, when he said T-, did you know who T- was?
I remember the Drake song. He was like, when T- was still making beats and shit like that. And then I was like, all right, now I really want to know all the stuff that he's touched. And so Kalen met T- at a random like writing camp in like Jamaica or some shit like that. And like he didn't want to fan over him too much, I guess, and he didn't want to come off like that. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then those two became good friends over
Same
Discord.
way with you.
Yeah. Those two became good friends over Discord. And now Kalen doesn't even write country anymore. He's got his own shit. He's a crazy artist. He lets me play his shit like on stream. Barely. I'm not trying to like overdo it. I'm just trying to get people more aware of him, because he's so good, dude. He's so good. But I've been able to watch this dude who's been on FL Studio for 20 years just navigate through this program, make the craziest beats out of a few notes from scratch. He showed me how sacrifices were made from Drake. He showed me the stems for Hell Yeah Fucking Right. He showed me some crazy shit. He let me like use some of his accounts to get some VSTs for free, bro. Like he's a homie.
I'm definitely very jealous of that.
It was crazy. I was like, dude, there's no way. And he's such a nice guy, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say he was my mentor, because I don't want like to put that. I'm not trying to have that be like the label. He's just a good guy who let me watch him work. And I'm someone who's very observant, as you can tell. I learn a lot from observing. I would just sit on your bed and just like watch you like do it like in between your shit, and like ask a question here and there. But I definitely learned a lot from him, and I learned a lot from Kalen, and all that universally has to be like the planets aligning. Like if I didn't go to that one house party, when I just decided to miss my flight and just couch surf in LA years, like 4 or 5 years, like prior to all that happening, I wouldn't have ever met him. And I wouldn't have ever met Caitlin. And I wouldn't have ever met some shit like that. And all that was just a gut feeling to just be like, man, just screw it. Just try it.
Yeah.
And all that happened. You know what's also crazy is
that's like a section we would not expect to be in Pamaj's life.
No.
Like you think like Pamaj like leaves OpTic, does what shit happens with FaZe houses and stuff, and probably just goes back home and then plays in his office.
Yeah.
But then it's like there's this whole fucking section of just like hanging with producers, gaming with them, learning to make beats, being in calls with T-, who is a super well respected top tier name in the especially like, well, I think just beat making production community.
It's crazy, dude.
He's fucking massive, and then
that's
Pam's
summer
just
too. I'm just
doing that.
That summer too. Like he was, well, that's when Cold War came out, and then during the Cold War season, like I remember just being in the calls with him while he plays League of Legends all the time. He wanted to see me play, and I played.
Bro,
it felt like one of those
fucking
moments.
Play League of Legends with him.
Oh, I didn't play
I
League
used
of
to
Legends
be nasty.
with him. He wanted to see. You used to?
Yeah.
I
played in like season 1, season 2, but I was good. Like I was a good player.
I bet I could get into it. It seems like a game I can handle. Like I used to play like
not like Valorant good. Like I was like pretty fucking good.
I bet it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Like I used to fucking have hundreds of hours on hundreds of days on World of Warcraft. I used to competitively battle Pokemon. I don't know if you know this.
Really?
Like I used to be in a chat called Pokemon Wi-Fi chat.
That's crazy.
My Soul Silver. I used to competitively battle Pokemon. Like there was a certain way to raise your Pokemon from the egg. Like
That's crazy.
You just sit there and you breed the Pokemon so you get a good Pokemon with IVs.
What system or whatever?
It's just on the DS.
Really?
Yeah. So you just raise the Pokemon. So like it's a whole process, man. It would take probably about 12 to 14 hours to get one Pokemon raised with the right move set, with the right nature, with the right EVs and IVs. You got to do a bunch of shit. You got to like LeBron James this Pokemon up from fucking birth.
Yeah.
Like you got to breed it because every single Pokemon is bred with a different set of IVs. If they're like 31, which is the max, 0, and you just there's a certain way to calculate them, dude. Such nerdy.
It's just
Nick.
think about the people you were fighting against.
Dude,
like who are these
12.
people?
I was like 12, dude.
Okay.
Like 12, 11, but like they were older.
Yeah.
Some of them were older, and like I would just.
Sure, they're still fucking playing.
I bet that some of them are nasty. So like I just understood. Like I know how to navigate that world. Where was I at? What was I saying?
I don't know. Were we after all the beats and stuff?
I was just gonna say like he's one of the coolest people. He actually let me listen to like the J. Cole album like a week before it all dropped, dude.
That's so insane.
And I didn't want to be like asking too much questions, but I've asked him questions and he's just been so cool about answering. I've asked him about like the writing like what's the writing difference between like J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake? Bro, he told me all of it.
That's
like,
so fucking crazy.
Kendrick writes like this. Drake likes the weird shit. J. Cole just does this. I'm just like, dude, like what? Yeah. This is so crazy. His small talk. I'm not gonna sit here and completely like just talk about him. Like I'm gonna keep that to myself. But like,
you could do a podcast with him.
Nah. He be doing too much shit. I got to tell you something. Like that kind of just recently happened, which is also a kind of a crazy synchronicity. But with T-, like, so he got married recently. I'm just gonna get right into it. So he got married recently. Kalen was there at his wedding and all that, and I couldn't imagine like how many like Noah 40, all of them, dude. Like he's like his small talk is crazy. He's like, yeah, like dude, Drake just texted me and shit like that. It's like what? It's like.
That's so fucking weird. How
he's like, I put J. Cole onto FL Studio and shit like that. I'm like, wait, J. Cole fucks with FL Studio now? Dude, that's all I needed to hear. Yeah. And like, as soon as I just knew he was on FL Studio, I was like, oh, dude, I can learn everything from you. Just by watching, dude. Like, that's it. But this cool little synchronicity that happened, like, I have a longtime friend from like senior kindergarten, and she was an accountant at first, but then she sort of started doing her own thing, like with like designing wedding dresses and shit like that. out of nowhere, T's wife now noticed that I was following her, and just her T's wife, her name's Robin. She recognized me following her, and she actually
the wedding
designed
dress.
She designed her wedding dress.
Damn, what the?
And
fuck?
she was like, "How do you know this guy?"
That's
She's like,
that's funny.
"Isn't that crazy?
Bro, it's fucking crazy how the universe works sometimes.
Right spot, right time, doing the right thing."
Yeah.
It feels like.
Yeah, that's.
And
nuts.
I was like, "Yeah, dude. Like I know him. Like he's fucking taught me
yeah,
so
that's
much
my
shit."
boy. D minus and
Yeah,
shit.
and then she's like, "Yeah, that's my friend. Like I grew up with this guy."
Yeah,
like,
dude. So what'd you do? I guess sort of after when'd you stop couch surfing and fucking? Where'd you go?
I
just back home
just back home
to the office.
to the office,
And then
dude.
did shit start getting dark there? Like
Shit started getting.
COVID hits, and you're just like,
That was when Warzone 1 was like coming around that March, and then peak COVID happened, and then just
Were you depressed and shit?
I was having fun for a bit, but then I started getting depressed because I was like getting told to kind of like not to kind of feel like I was getting led on
By FaZe?
a little bit, just like
Like,
yeah,
yo,
the team house is gonna happen.
This is
gonna
happening.
happen.
Like,
you know?
yo, we got big plans. We want you, and we're gonna have y'all in the team house, and then these guys in the team house, and then we got collab. We're gonna do this thing with LeBron, and then like we got all y'all are gonna have merch, and we're all gonna be like shit like that.
Yeah. And then like it started to get weird. Like my merch did really well, like with FaZe, and then slowly I started like kind of having to apply for merch spots.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why am I having to like fight over like merch drop spots? Like when one, mine does very well. Two, I've been here longer than about 95% of you guys.
Yeah.
These are my videos up on this channel that are still in the top 10, top 20, like, and they're strictly gaming videos.
Talk to him.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, dude, like, why am I having to fight for this spot? Like, yes, Nick Merck should have his own spot. Like they're infinitely bigger than me.
Yeah.
But kind of just like feeling like not that sort of.
Did you not feel like you had like a hex to text and be like, I need this to happen?
Sort of, yeah.
Because I feel like with OpTic right now, I got Hex and I got Page, to where if like literally anything I need or want done, or a question, or if I'm pissed off, or I complain to Page, or I text Hex for something, or I text Hex or text Page for just like, it's not a fucking merch spot, but just like anything. Like I felt like I had someone I could reach out to.
Yeah, it felt like I didn't really have that.
Because it's like you're not reaching out to Temper.
No. Because even like I was gaming with Temper all the time, but Tommy was just in the same spot as all the other guys.
Yeah, it's
like
so
they just didn't have the control.
Doesn't even make
like
fucking
that.
sense.
It just, that's when it started to feel like kind of shitty. Like I was like, dude,
But is it not?
these are
They
my
just
boys. Like they don't have the ultimate call and all that, which is just like really dog
But
shit.
how much money did they? They must have just got a fuck ton of money for like giving these dudes.
I guess so. I don't know, dude. Honestly, I didn't want to ask too much about it because I didn't want to be like all up in their shit and all that. But like,
And like I'm confused because like all these people took over FaZe that like no one knows, like the head of FaZe and all this shit. We don't know who's running FaZe, who's on top of what. And like all we see is like the OG members no longer being a part of it. But then it's like, okay, but they had ownership, so it's like they must have gotten fucking paid crazy. So it's like, how can? But then I'll see Banks say like, I haven't gotten paid a fucking dollar, or I haven't made a fucking dollar off FaZe or something like that. So I'm just like, dude, I'm fucking confused then.
damn.
Because how does it go from you guys owning everything to you guys? I don't know how much, if they own any anymore, but it's like you're saying you didn't get paid, and like I think he said like shares were stolen from him, and it's just like, and then people complained about FaZe not being what it is, and I'm just like, dude, they fucking, I think they sold the company. It's just how it fucking works.
Bro, it
and
felt
honestly,
like Infinite all over
I don't
again
think
there.
in esports right now, especially for a FaZe or an OpTic, selling the company is not how it could fucking work.
No.
Like once Hex sold OpTic, we saw how quick that fucking went into the ground. And it's just because Hex was the key thing in OpTic. If we have a fucking what's it called? What were they called? The fucking little fun events we would do in our backyard.
Oh, like smooth comps?
Smooth comps. If there was a smooth comp, Hex is there early. He's yelling at people to get up. Like if we have gym video, like he's picking us up. We go to the gym video. Like he's organizing. He did everything. So it's like, of course, once he sold it, and then wasn't getting along with Jay and how they were doing it, and Hex technically didn't have a say anymore, I guess. I mean, he had a say, but technically not on paper. They did not have to listen to what he had to say. So he started just like distancing himself, and then he started seeing it falling apart because we were like, well, we don't want to be a part of this fucking shit. We'll go do fucking, I don't know what the fuck we're going to do, but it's like, sure, we'll milk this for a little bit just to pay rent, but like, I don't know. It's just not something that like a OpTic and a FaZe, I think, like
it slowly starts to like being in
you
it.
can't do that. Maybe like a fucking EG can just like sell, because I don't know if they have like a core fan base, but as a core fan base, the core fan base is only here for the core of the content. It's pretty much the COD team, the content team, and then we have amazing bonuses like the Halo team, the Gears of War team, the Counter-Strike team. Like it just worked perfectly. But once you take out the COD team or the content team, it's like, what the fuck? Yeah. This isn't even what we're fans of anymore.
It literally started to like when all that shit was going down, it literally started to feel like Infinite V2, and I was like, man, like, why am I joining these teams? And like, it's like, I know people like to meme about this whole like being a part of like both teams like so many times, but like both times I left were literally not the like when I joined,
it wasn't even them.
It was, and by the time I left, it wasn't even the same people.
What about when did you? I don't even know. So who did you join first? What was the first org you joined? It was OpTic, and that was when?
2011.
Damn. And then.
I
was expecting like 2013.
No, bro. I've been doing this.
I joined in 2015.
Bro, I was 14 when I joined OpTic.
joined, I think, in 2014. Then I think Bo's joined in 2013. Like, I wasn't too far behind, but 2011 is crazy.
I joined before Seth.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what, you joined and it's like a sniping team? Was there even a competitive team?
And Hector was focusing more on MLG and on the competitive side. I was part of the sniping team. The sniping team was being run by someone else who just wasn't making the right calls. And the person I joined,
it was Hutch.
No. I fucked with Hutch.
It was OpTic J.
No. Well, maybe it was someone. It was a guy named Paul. He just wasn't making the right calls, and it didn't seem like he was listening to us. And the guy who originally got me in, OpTic Predator, he's like, I like to boast about this. I'm the last OpTic recruit to be recruited on Xbox Live. He likes to tell me that. He's like, you're the last person I ever recruited.
Clan or some shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
It was actually so sick, dude. I remember it to this day. But when the person who recruited me to OpTic is sitting there telling me to leave because this isn't going well, Predator was telling me, he's like, yo, I told him, Seabass hit me up all those years ago, and I ignored him for like 8 or 9 months, like when MW3 first started. Or like, it was like 6 or 7. I don't know. I ignored him. He kept saying FaZe Pomage, like on Skype and shit when we were still on that. And then I told Pred, I told Foilsome, I told Rated.
Were you the big dog that like wasn't signed to an org?
No, I was with OpTic, but he was like trying to poach me. And like, and I told Predator, I was like, because they had, a majority of OpTic didn't even want me on. Like the majority of the sniping team, those guys didn't want me on. They didn't think I was that good. Even D-Treats, I will say that. You don't know who that is.
Now do you look back and you're like, y'all were trash compared to me?
I can have my moments where I'm like a little bit like.
Your actions proved otherwise?
Yes. Like I was uploading all the time. Like I turned into a different player when I like joined OpTic. No bullshit. Like it was meant to be or some shit. So majority of OpTic didn't want me on. And those guys like Rated, Folsom, Predator, Apostle, those guys vouched for me so heavy to join above everyone else. Like I didn't want to leave like ever. But when the direction of when FaZe was on its uprising there, and then we're just seeing our videos compared to theirs. And then I have the guy who recruited me being like, you might have, I think you should take that opportunity. Like, this isn't Hex. Hex is focusing on MLG and all that, like Black Ops 1 competitive and shit like that. When Predator's sitting there telling me, like, yo, you should go. Like, this isn't, like, I would do that. But it's not going to be FaZe Predator. It's going to be OpTic Predator forever type shit, you know? So I was like, all right. Like, I'm a very big voucher for, like, loyalty. Like, I was loyal to those guys, like, forever. Still am. And they're like, those guys are all older than me, like 3 or 4 years older than me. I'm like 14. I'm not sure what to do with this opportunity that I'm getting shut out my way. And they're telling me like, yo, you should go do that. I was like, I'm only going to do it if you guys give me your blessing. Like, so then I join, and then I leave, and then I join. And then that's when Tommy and Hex were like, all right, you guys can't poach our players anymore, because I left. And then I joined FaZe. And then...
Did you kind of blow up with FaZe, or...
I remember...
Did it work out as well as you wanted?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, like I released this, dude, within the first week of me joining, I had an introduction video and I put out like a big montage that actually got leaked like an album.
Really?
Like there was like these community channels back then. And
the fuck?
Dude, it was crazy. I think about it all the time. Like, I don't even know who leaked it. But like I had my editor at the time, Blarpy, he was making it, and randomly one day we woke up and my video was just out on like 6 or 7 community channels with like 60, 70,000 views on this video. I'm like, I'm pissed because it's not even done yet.
Yeah.
And like these channels are like reaping my video and shit like that, and I got them all struck. I was like, take that down, take that down, take that down, take that down. Like
that's funny.
It's funny thinking about like the resemblances of like albums and like montages and shit. Like, because to me, montages are like a gamer's album. It's a collection of your footage. It is your personality.
You got a bunch of fucking footage, but what's your best shit? Let's throw that together.
What's your best shit? What's your favorite music? Like, what personality of music do you like to put in there and shit like that? How different can you make it? Like, what do you want your clips to look like? Like, I think that's my forte. Like, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to shit like that. Like especially with like editors and shit like that.
Did you edit most of your shit?
I like to, yeah. But my biggest stuff, like the iridescent videos,
where you're just like, I don't know how to edit that.
I was like, yo, you need to do that. I can do my perfectionist majority of them. And like, I kind of got like, I take so much pride in my perfectionist videos, man. Like, I take so much pride in those because 1, I like editing. 2, I like syncing. And I would get very upset when an editor would I would hit an editor up that I liked, and I could tell they were just throwing shit in there, not in a way that puts me in the spotlight, because that's what your job is. Like, as an editor, you're like, for a montage, like, you're supposed to make the creator like look good. You don't want to flex over too hard with like shit that you can't even see gameplay. Yeah, like you don't want to do that. And like they were just throwing the clips in there. I was like, why am I doing this? I can do it so much better than you. I know how I want my shit to look. You guys are just trying to get paid, like, and just finish the video. Like, I would take offense to that. Like, no bullshit.
Yeah.
And like that's why I prefer to just edit a lot of those videos myself and all that. That's why it's tough finding, especially nowadays. Montages aren't a thing nowadays. Like, you can't find.
I was gonna say, fucking. So now, currently, what where are you at in the gaming world? I guess sniping's not a fucking thing anymore.
Sniping is a thing. I think I am having more fun just...
You were casual now.
I mean, I guess so. But I kind of like want to see... Like, I've seen myself play and use controller and like sniping on all the CODs. Like, I think I've solidified like whatever it is I was trying to do as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, to myself, I've solidified it. Why on earth would I go another 10 years doing the same thing that I already, like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of seems like a waste of thing.
I mean, unless you enjoy it, but like, I got a point where, guess you could say I solidified myself in Halo, and then I tried I played Fortnite. We had the squad world record. Like, we broke Tfue and like FaZe's record or some shit. Like, did that. H1Z1 was fun as fuck. But then, like, nowadays, I'm no longer on Adderall. I feel like I've lost my drive for video games. So it's just like, damn, I still want to stream, but it's like, what the fuck am I going to stream? And I think I'm at a point where now I'm just like almost full on casual. like a month ago when I started streaming again, I was like, I think I'm just gonna start up my stream. I don't care what the views are. I don't care. I mean, I'm gonna care, but it's like I'm just gonna, for my mental sake, I can't start playing Halo again and just like getting pissed off. These people are fucking better than me. They've been grinding the game the last 2 years. I'm gonna get like, it's too much stress. It literally would ruin my day sometimes. So I was just like, dude, when I start streaming again, I think I'm just gonna be casual. I'm gonna like react to videos, watch stuff, just talk to my chat. And then did that for like a few days, and then my chat's like, play Valorant, and I was like, what was it? There was like 2 games. I was like, I'm either gonna play Valorant or I'm gonna play. What was it? There was something else. I don't think it was Counter-Strike.
Fall Guys.
No, not Fall Guys. But it was
Fall
like,
Guys is fire,
chat, what am I gonna play? I'm either gonna play Valorant or I'm gonna play this other shit. I forget what the fucking game was. But they were like, just play Valorant, try Valorant. I was like, fine. I get on, and I think I played like an hour or 2, and I was like, that was like all right. And it was fun. Like, if I die, I can still talk to chat. I was like, it kind of works for the chat. And I was like, but I don't think anyone will give a fuck, and no one wants to see me get demolished on Valorant. Because I was like, dude, this game is fucking hard. Like, I was good at H1Z1. I felt like I had a really good shot. I was good at Fortnite. Felt like I had a really good shot. I felt like I was good on mouse and key. Now, once it started getting all creative with my left hand and trying to build and shit in Fortnite, then I couldn't keep up. But like aiming, I always thought I was good at. Now I get on this shit, and I just haven't figured it out yet. But I've been sticking it out. My streams have been doing pretty decent. Like, I thought I was gonna start playing Valorant again, and my stream was just gonna kind of die. But it was just something I was just gonna deal with, try to make it entertaining, talk to chat. But it's gone pretty well. But that's pretty much where I'm fucking at, is playing Valorant right now. And I know we've been playing.
People love it when we play, man.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I think like with at least me, you, and Bose, like I think we could play literally anything.
Yeah. I wanna I don't like 5 stacking. We play harder people. I notice when we 5 stack, like first off, I'm not as like ridiculous and like loud and just fucking trolling and screaming and raging. So it's like I feel like it kind of hurts my stream. Then I'm talking to my stream less. I always have to mute, and y'all are all talking in my ear, and then I'm muting and talking to them, and it's just my streams, I feel like, died down so much more, and I'm playing better people, so I'm getting shit on. And it's like, I'm no longer like sort of trolling in game and like just doing whatever the fuck I want to do. It's like I'm trying to play for the team and do strats. And I almost like don't like it as much, but like 2s or 3s, I'm always down for, even though we fucking can't because our ranks or you're like platinum or whatever. But I do have a separate account if you want to get on it. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Fucking casual Valorant player, but I am kind of enjoying it. Where is that about where you're at, too?
I mean, I've been playing.
I mean, I think you're just waiting for the new fucking COD.
I'm just waiting for the new shit, but I'm at the point of I feel like in my career, like I just want, for me, I have all the checklists off, like with all the montages I've made and shit like that, and the videos I've always wanted to see myself make. I still want to see. I got to the point where I wanted to see myself on mouse and keyboard, just as the challenge, and I just wanted to see like if I could do it, which I totally can. And I've spent a lot of time like on aim trainers and all that. Like,
is that key? Like, do I need to do aim labs?
Like, dude, like it's practice, man. Yeah. Like you can't.
People are telling me like, bro, you need to do it. Like this is, you're complaining about your aim, and you're not doing like aim labs or anything or aim training.
Dude, to sit there and be like it doesn't help has to be like one of the most ignorant things, like in my opinion.
Like I get on, play one deathmatch, saying competitive. Then I'm missing shots.
Like you can't be too like. It blows my mind when I hear anyone say like no, none of it helps. Like, dude, you cannot be this arrogant to think like that. Practicing doesn't help.
Play at aim labs to get a high score, and I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Tens does aim labs in between matches of Valorant.
It's insane. I also think it's like focus training too.
Focus training, dude.
Because I lose fucking full. I lose focus.
Listen to Nothing Was the Same while you're doing 6-shot, some shit like that, and then hop on, dude. Like tiny shit like that matters.
When the new COD comes out, you're not like crazy on YouTube right now, are you? Like uploading. New COD comes out, are you gonna be?
Oh hell yeah. No, yeah, I've kind of like gotten myself excited for like this next COD and shit like that.
Nice.
Whether I do it on mouse and keyboard or controller, I'm not totally sure yet. Because I do want to see the version of myself when I'm on mouse and keyboard, and I like that I've gotten kind of used to it. Because one, I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, and two, I wanted to see what this whole aim assist fuss was a shit about. Like, one, I don't really care. When I say I don't care about the aim assist conversation, I am thinking about it from a viewer's perspective. When somebody comes to my chat and they see me play a game, and I sit there and say, dude, this guy just killed me because he has aim assist or some bullshit like that, I think that is one of the most corniest things that you could ever say.
Yeah,
because like, dude, like why? Because this guy thinks I'm a certain way. Like, there's no way I'm gonna sit here and actually try and justify as to why I lost this gunfight or why I'm not doing good because of what somebody else is using. I think that's just,
I don't give a shit.
I don't
about,
care. Like whenever like I
either.
see people complain about it all the time, I'm like, dude, like, to me, it's all just impression farming now. Like, there's no way. Like, it scares me if people are like genuinely serious and mad about it because you can't do anything about it. You're not going to be able to do anything about it. The devs are going to do what they do, and you're going to sit there and you're going to play it. So as a viewer, if I go to a chat and I see myself complaining about it, it just sounds very, very corny and just honestly like, you know, like you can't do anything about it, bro. Like, why are you thinking about what this input is? Why are you thinking about what another person's input is?
Worry about your
you
goddamn
lost.
self. I had to check myself yesterday playing Valorant.
Like,
I was losing full, raging, complaining, and then I thought back of an APG clip, and he was like, "Just do what you can with what you have."
Exactly. I'll blame myself before I ever blame what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Before, you know what I mean? Like, how else do you get better? Like, you're not going to get better blaming like somebody, other controller. Like, dude, you could have hit your shots more.
Hit the
you
fucking aim labs,
better positioning. You could have used something in game. You could have done something else in game. Exactly.
I see this all the time in my chat.
I hate it, bro.
I get fucking shit on. Aim Labs is free, you know.
That's good.
But all right,
dude,
man.
Listen, fire playlist.
I'm gonna go play Valorant. We're gonna go. Are you streaming from here today?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think COD Next is being played right now. So every single viewer I ever have will be stolen from me for that.
That's why I kind of.
But yeah, gonna go check out the COD Next shit. I appreciate you hopping on the pod with me, Pam. It's been a good one.
Kind of wish we did this yesterday so we could be watching COD Next with everyone else.
Well, I want to play Valorant, but
I'm down too.
We'll see. All right,
thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime, man. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Matt, Craig, play the outro music.
Play that shit.